Good day, my beautiful people. Today we're going to be looking into something else, something that most of the time some of us don't pay attention to, but it is something that is very important, and we must always ensure that we do not forget our brothers wherever they might have been caught into. Because the Igbo people, as they are now in Nigeria, these are people that they have a lot of communities cut into other places. I think we are the most balkanized ethnic group in Nigeria today. You have some other ethnicities too who are cut into several states, but the Igbo situation, I can tell you confidently, is the worst. We have communities that some Igbo people don't even know exist because they are cut into states where you don't expect to find them. So today we are going to be talking about Igbo people that you will find in Kogi State. Kogi State. For some of us, it is hard to believe, but it is the truth. You actually find Igbo people in Kogi State, and when I tell you that you find Igbo people in Kogi State, we are not talking about one or two communities. We have Igbo people in almost the entire part of what you call Kogi East. You have the main local government, Odolu local government is where you find a lot of Igbo communities, and even going further, in fact, there are Igbo people all over many parts of Kogi State, Igbo communities. But we are going to be focusing more on the Igbo people found in Odolu local government. So these Igbo people of Kogi State, these are people that, because of they've been caught into Kogi State, if you go there, if you can find your way to the Igbo areas of Kogi State, you will cry. You will cry for our situation as Igbo people in this country. If you can get yourself in their community and see how they have to live, I say you will shed tears for Igbo people. These are people that some of them don't even know what is borehole water. They don't know what is borehole tap water, that is drinkable water. They have to make deal with the ponds around the place. That's what they use for their cooking. That's what they even have to drink. These people are people that when you get to their community, you can't make a call because there's no network reception there. Even the telecommunications people can't even get into this community some of the time. They don't have roads there. They don't have roads. These people are in a state of acute underdevelopment because they are caught into Kogi State, and Kogi does not recognize the Igbo people in the state. Kogi, they take it as an Igala state. If you have Igala, you have Ibira people and some other people there. But the Igbo people there are not recognized. The Igbo people in these communities, whenever they go to get work in the Kogi civil service, they don't get it. They will say you are from Enugu. We can't give you a work here because these are Igbo people. They speak Igbo. In fact, it is just what you call the continuation of Enugu State. It is just the continuation of Enugu State, but cut into Kogi State. They don't get any government presence. They don't have ordinary schools. The single community school you have there somewhere, I think in Avrugo or somewhere around there, is dilapidated. The structure is rotten. They don't have anything getting to them at all from the government. Okay, check it. Kogi State is an underdeveloped state generally. Even the Igala part of the state are underdeveloped. It's just a very gigantic village. Kogi State is a very gigantic interior village normally. Even across the Ibira and Igala areas. Now talk about the Igbo areas where they don't even recognize that they are part of the state. You can imagine what their existence is like over there. They don't get anything from the government. And these are proud Igbo people. It's not the case where you go and you ask them and say, no, we are Igala. No, they tell you they are Igbo people. They converse with you in Igbo. Their market, Oye or Orie, Akpanya. Akpanya is actually the proper name, the proper pronunciation. We have talked about that name, Akpanya, here before, but on another video. Akpanya, that is just related to horse trading. Akpanya. You just contrasted. Igbo contrast, like Opopo, it turns to Opopo. Igbo contrasts their words. If there's a repetition of some consonant sounds, you just press it. So Akpanya becomes Akpanya. It has to do with the horse trading there. Till today in Obola, for there's a very big horse market there, very big one, where they offload horses almost every day. They cut, they eat, they sell. You know, all that area used to be a very rich area back then. They were talking about 1800s and so. They used to be very rich there because they were into horse trading. It is from there that every other part of Igbo land were getting their horses, maybe for festivals, or they want to eat or whatever. It is from that northern part of Igbo land. That's where it was coming from, the horses. All that area used to be a very rich area. The poverty they are suffering there today is because of colonial government. When the colonial government came, I don't know, sometimes when I look into some of these documents and I see how our people were just cut into different provinces and districts, I begin to ask, why were they doing this? The Akpanya people, for instance, now, when the Nsukka division was created, Akpanya was supposed to be under the Nsukka division, but for some reasons they cut it and put under the Eda division of Igala province. They cut it and put under the Igala. I don't know why. Akpanya have always been an Igbo community. This is where all these things started from. This is where all this suffering started from. There was a time in 1939, 1940 when there was a very big riot from the women of that Akpanya area. Amaka and the rest of them closer to that place. They protested that, look, the colonial government are being too harsh on them for taxes. You know, these have been Igbo people right from time, but they just cut them, put under Igala administration. And it is that, you know, that move of putting them under Igala administration is what was carried over to the Nigerian government when Nigeria got independence. It was carried over to the Nigerian government, and when they started creating states, when they created Kogi state, they should have corrected that anomaly and put Akpanya back to Enugu state. But no, they leave it under Kogi state till today, and those people are suffering. So that's to tell you that since the colonial government started, those people have been suffering till today. That is 100 years of suffering. The Akpanya people and all the neighboring Igbo communities in Kogi state, what it means is that they've been suffering for 100 years, no good government. And this is how these things continue. Tomorrow, if there's another state created out of Kogi state, they will still leave the Akpanya people under Igala administration. And to see how some of these minority ethnic groups behave, if you ask Igala people, they will tell you Akpanya is their community, that the Igbo people there are settlers, that the Igbo people there, they just give their land to stay. You can imagine. They will tell you that they are the owners, they will tell you this, they will tell you that. But people who are well aware of this thing knows that that community has always been Igbo right from time. And that is how the suffering continues. It continues. Neglect, marginalization, no good roads, no good water, no electricity, nothing, no infrastructure, no schools. They are living in a very, very backward environment, and nothing is getting to them. And this is the plight of most communities of our people in this country. It just goes on and on and on and on, and nothing is said, nothing is done, because there's no proper leadership. What can be done for these people? Who can reach out to these people now and help them? It's like they are forgotten, but they are not. Because some of us, we can never forget even the last person. We will not forget them for anything. We will keep going.